I just in your guys' experience, are most of these online communities, are there any non-branded communities where you have multiple clients, or are they solely directed with one objective?
We've had one where we've had a number where it's been a number of clients on one, and it's more about the subject matter. Say, for example, we've done one in the retail sector, and so you'll have a number of different clients probing a community. So, and we've also had it where there's private sections, so you'll have one group of members, and then you'll have, say, a discussion board for Asda, a discussion board for Sainsbury's, and things like that. And then ultimately we've done some sort of benchmarking at the end where you might not let them all see while it's going on, but you'll go to all the clients and they've all bought into this one community. Does that help?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's a really interesting concept. I was approached, in fact, last week by someone looking to set up a syndicated community, if you like, for a number of wine importers into the UK. So the feeling was that none of them could justify the investment or indeed the volume of research to engage participants in the community, but there could be an opportunity to do some sort of consortium thing, a bit like doing an omnibus as a community.
Yeah. To be honest, we tried it in the past, having those kind of omnibus communities, and the reason, according to us, why they don't work is because nobody in that community will really share his or her strategic priorities with the participants, or will ask the questions that really matter. We really saw that in the past. If it's paid by multiple clients, they use it to do some checking of what they're already doing, but they will never throw their strategic kind of thinking in there. That being said, I think most of the communities are owned by one brand, but even if they are owned by a brand, they can be branded or unbranded. It depends on what is the strongest kind of the strongest kind of way to engage the participants, and that can be the brand if it's really with brand fans, brand lovers. It can be the topic if it's with people who have a common interest. Like for Heinz, we already have for 5 years in the Netherlands a community in the air around cooking, because Heinz had several brands in the Netherlands, not only the ketchup, but a multitude of different brands with different names. So they said, we need a community that is all around passion for cooking, because then we can use it across all the different brands that we have. While if you do a community for a brand like IKEA about their catalog, something we do in over 5 countries around the world, it's beneficial to say it's for IKEA, and we are going to co-create the catalog of the next year. Why would we do that? Because then participants feel very engaged. Actually, they are working on something for a very aspirational brand. So it again depends on your objectives if you make it branded or unbranded. But multi-client communities, I don't think that's really interesting, nor for the agency that runs it, because it's a lot of trouble, nor for the clients that pay for it, because they will never get the full the full kind of power of it.
Just to pick up on that, just to get around sort of the area of people not wanting to share their, say, objectives and things like that with maybe their competitors, we've ran ones where you have one community and a number of clients on, and how we've done that is we have private discussion boards for each one, so each one doesn't actually see each other's, but you've got the same members behind the scene. But then, as to make it more cost effective and, like you say, almost create a syndicate so people buy into the concept, is that we've had then open areas where we've come up with generic, like you say, it is about the food and drink, or it's something that's in the news, or it's about Christmas or something. So there'll be the open ones that they can all see, and then there's also the private ones, but it can be more cost effective because ultimately they're only playing for one platform. But I totally understand that people aren't going to sort of share their research, the research with their competitors. But that's how we've got round sometimes trying to get people to engage. Like I say, more and more it's becoming more popular that people are understanding the value of online communities, and you're not having to convince the client so much. But if you can create something where you can have your own private area, but then you can also, in their eyes, look on what everyone else is seeing as well, at a lower cost. That's how it's generally worked in the past, because like you say, I don't think sharing their secrets is something they particularly want to do.